the ocean depths. So a few years ago, I had the opportunity of taking Christina, my girlfriend. She had no idea I was gonna do this, so guys take notes, you know. So we went out and everything. I told her, hey, just get dressed. We're just gonna go do something fun or whatever, you know, and all that stuff. And so after a while, you know, we went out to the city and everything, and we ended up and I surprised her. We got on a boat and we went whale watching. Rodrigo, no pressure. And it's crazy because I was watching these things, and Christina was the one that spotted them all, and she told the whole boat, which I was like, yeah, that's my girlfriend. So, you know, which is really crazy. But I was watching these things, and it says, you know, in the Bible, praise him, you great sea creatures of the depths. You know, and I'm watching it, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, yeah, like, you know, it's like a whale, you know, you know, but it's like, when you take that into account, I think that the whale and these creatures, guys, we can turn it up a little bit, it would be sweet, thank you. I think the whale and like the dolphins and the fishes, like, they understand this concept that their creator has commanded them to praise, and so their response is to praise and glorify God.
Yeah.
Now, the cool thing about this picture is that whether you're a whale and you have the sound of, you know, this great bass, orchestra, whatever sound, or whether you're a little fish in the reef, they all respond in the same sense. They all respond in praise. Doesn't matter how little the sound, doesn't matter how big the sound, they all respond uniquely because they're not responding based on what other individuals think about them. They're responding to the one that created them. It also says in Psalm 104, verses 24 to 25, O Lord, how manifold are your works. In wisdom you have made them all. The earth is full of your possessions. This great and wide sea, in which are innumerable teeming things. Like, you know, Jesus is being hypothetical. But I was a little bit curious, and I did some research, and seismologists, they're scientists who study the mechanical properties of the earth, and they noticed something strange in the 90s, a very low frequency, when they managed to point these telescopes for hearing to the ground. And when they did that, they managed to find electromagnetic waves that are actually producing sound from the ground, the very ground that we're standing on. And that surprised me. And I managed to grab a little bit of it tonight. Would you guys be interested in hearing that?
Yes.
Amazing.
Definitely.
And so right now, while we're standing here, the earth is producing this exact sound. So this is not edited, this is not changed, this is like not created by anyone. This is actually seismologists captured this electromagnetic pattern, and they were willing to put it on paper. And it says in Psalm 96 verses 11 to 12, it's all coming together. Let the heavens rejoice, let the earth be glad, let the sea resound, and all that is in it. Let all the fields be jubilant, and everything in them. Let all the trees of the forest sing for joy. In 1970, NASA launched Voyager 1, for those of you that know. And basically its task was to go into space and take pictures of planets and capture electromagnetic waves and things as such. And basically, they noticed right away, which is something that they weren't expecting, but they noticed right away, as soon as it left the Earth's atmosphere, it noticed that not only is the Earth making sound from the rocks or from the ground, but it is also making sound and producing sound from its atmosphere. Wow. And I found that it was so unbelievably incredible. And you guys are going to get to hear it tonight, that this is the exact sound that the Earth is producing. That's actually a live feed of the Earth, which is pretty dope. But this right now, while we're sitting here, is the exact sound that the Earth is producing. And think about it. The Earth was created long ago, and we didn't discover this until 1970, which means the Earth has been producing this sound for centuries, for ages, not aware of anybody else noticing it, because its only priority was to respond to its creator. And so here tonight, the Earth is producing this exact sound. No one added anything to it, no musical instruments. There's pitch in there, and no one's added anything. And right now, as we're sitting in this room, the Earth's atmosphere above us is producing this exact sound. Isn't that amazing? Praise God, eh?
Great beat.
Now, 707 million kilometers from there, we have Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. After Mars is Jupiter. Those of you that don't know, but whatever. We have Jupiter, which is the largest planet in our solar system. And the Voyager 1 continued to keep on going. It kept on progressing, and it took pictures. And it passed Mars, and it took pictures of Mars as well, but it managed to pass Mars while it was way away. But it passes Jupiter, and it also picks up a sound as well. And same thing, right now while we're sitting in this room, Jupiter is producing this exact sound. It's got a little bit more kick to it, it's got a little bit more power to it, but in the same sense, it's unbelievable that it's in combination with the storms, and they came to this conclusion that they believe that what's producing these sounds, what's producing this tone that we're hearing, are the storms that are within Jupiter. Which, side note, I believe that our storms in our lives can oftentimes produce the greatest sound of worship whenever we're in a sensitive situation.
Yeah, wow.
But anyway.
So good.
Yeah. But I love that because Jupiter's just chilling there and saying, yo, what the heck, I'm a planet, and so I'm just chilling here. No one's probably ever going to see me, so what am I going to do? I'm just going to cause a lot of storms inside of me and produce a sound of praise to my Creator. And so I think that's unbelievably amazing because obviously we have the opportunity to listen to whales, to dolphins, to birds, and to all these things, and to magpies. And so, but Jupiter has no one to hear it, no one to like understand it or anything like that. And it wasn't until 1980 that this was discovered, this very same sound. Fast forward 655 million kilometers from Jupiter. And it also has a little bit of melody to it as well as Earth's atmosphere. And right now while we're sitting in this room, this is the very sound that Saturn is producing. A little freaky, it's got a little bit of bass to it. So, in doing that, I was managed to put this together. And so right now, this is whales. We're listening to whales, birds, the ground, the atmosphere, Jupiter, and Saturn. But I can't even begin to compare, begin to even think about or imagine what it sounds like when you have stars involved, when you have all the planets involved, and even all the animals. And so tonight, as I close, why don't we all stand to our feet? And here right now, we're actually going to have the opportunity to respond in praise and taking everything that I said into account.